You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop, prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No, you can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's ZENNI.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. How are you? Happy Monday. Good to have you. Come on in. By the way, I do not know if I'm actually here anymore. I could be long past, because I recorded on Friday. It got to 23 degrees in Daytona Beach on Sunday. This show airs on Monday. I actually don't know if I survived the cold.
I need a boost. I need a daily boost. I need a boost. I need a daily boost.
I always think of it as somebody listening to me the first time, and that's the first thing they hear. It's like, what? Who is this dude? By the way, if it is your first time, I am philosophically opposed to cold weather. I write letters every single year to the powers that be requesting they stop winter. They haven't done that yet. I do the same thing in summertime, and I've done it with daylight saving times as well. It seems nobody's listening to me. 76 degrees, 52% humidity. Scott's a happy dude. Good to have you here today. We're going to talk about opportunity and feeling, not feeling stalled. In all the time I've been alive and all the things that I've done in my life, I can tell you, usually if I feel kind of stranded or stuck or like, man, I just can't break out, it's because I don't see the opportunity that's out there. And in all the coaching I've done with, at this point, thousands of people, I can tell you that it's always that. And my job instantly is kind of create the opportunity for them. And we're going to talk about that today, how to create an opportunity if you want more prospects for your business, if you want a new job, if you want more friends, because a lot of people would like to have more friends and they don't know how to get them. They reach out and try to make friends. This is a great way to do it and to rekindle old relationships as well. So this will be very, very valuable to you. And I will promise you this, that if you do what I ask you to do today, take you about 15 minutes, you will have all the opportunity you can handle for today. And maybe opportunity you can handle for the next year. If you do what I ask you to do today, 15, 20 minutes, okay? That's a big promise, isn't it? It really is. And I will deliver here in just a couple of minutes. First off, thank you, Dale. Dale wrote me at scott@dailyboostpodcast.com. Just say, hey. A lot of folks, by the way, did that, and also on Instagram at Hey Scott Smith. Thanks, by the way. I really appreciate reaching out. You just make my day. I get them. Oh, look, they like me. Let's go do another podcast for them. They fed the podcast guy. I'll feed you the podcast. How cool is that? Hey, Scott, I listen to the Daily Boost, devotionals for the busy, and NPR. I'm not going to say anything. I'll say this. Daily Boost is right on, man. First thing, you got your priorities in order. However, the God thing, devotionals for the busy, in second place. I'm going to let you kind of reconcile that later on, okay? Just think about that. I mean, not just, I'm borderline here. Got to be careful. He said, Scott, when you said the show is going to be a little bit longer, I thought I can't listen any longer. You sneaky bugger. You've been getting longer every day this week. I'm listening to every single one. I'm sneaky bugger. Ask my wife. She'll tell you. I think the sweet spot, by the way, guys, is going to be around 14 to 15 minutes. It seems to work with my style of storytelling. I seem to be able to get deep enough for you, not too deep. I'm having a really good time. I kind of get to be me. Can kind of let my hair down a little bit here. I think that's where we're going to ride. We'll see. So let's get into the show today because this is going to be really powerful for you. And I promise you, give me about a few minutes, 7 or 8 minutes, and I will give you the thing that's going to change your life. That's a hell of a promise, man. Give me $1 billion, I'll give it. No, you don't have to. It's free today just because you tuned in today. So let me tell a quick story. Set this up on Friday afternoon. I did what I should not be doing as an entrepreneur on Friday afternoon. I checked my email. Yep. There it was, a client basically saying, I quit. I have to fire you, Scott. He didn't say it that way, but that's what I heard. Friday afternoons, that's what you always hear when you get the bad news, right? Oh, why'd you ruin my weekend? Well, I have a peaceful base. He didn't ruin my weekend. Not at all. It really doesn't impact me that much. But it did impact my psyche because I felt real bad. And part of my job is to make sure that doesn't happen, that he never gets into that situation. And so I missed something somewhere, evidently. So we go on for the next week, and evidently had a client that was having to cut back, having some real issues, a real crisis going on in their business. And their first thought was, I got to cut costs, which means they're going to fire him. And so he had to fire me, and it's just not a good thing, is it? So Thursday, I get on a Zoom call and I'm talking to him for the first time in almost a week. And I start the conversation in what I call a continuity conversation, which means I pick it up exactly where we left off on the email. I said, what? What the hell happened? What happened, man? That's how I started my Zoom conversation. I didn't say, well, how's the weather, man? How you doing? No. I said, what the hell happened? Oh, well, this. He goes into it. So what ends up happening is, she's in chaos. Sales are difficult right now for some companies. It's difficult. Employees are difficult. And she's in chaos. And all she could think to do is cut. And yet she was asking him how to do this, asking him how to get things under control. Now, he's been looking for new clients, and I haven't pushed him in a direction I should be pushing him to get the new clients because I made it too difficult to get new clients for him. I gave him a fancy system. He didn't need it. He needed something simple. So as I'm hearing him talk about this, I'm hearing something. I said, wait a second, she's in crisis. You never waste a good crisis, do you? I mean, I hate Karl Marx, but the Communist Manifesto, they got that right, didn't they? She was in crisis, and he had the chance to create an opportunity from the crisis. In fact, most sales you see anytime online, if you're in sales, if you're trying to get a job, I'm telling you, you shouldn't be trying to get a job. You should be helping the person who's going to hire you solve their crisis. Did you hear what I said? If you want to be a really good friend, look for people around you that you could help solve their crisis. Guys, it's seriously so simple. Anyway, so we're talking for a little bit, and I said, dude, do you not see the opportunity here? Do you not see you can double or triple the value of this client? That you can literally turn her business around, and she will just love you to death, and she will pay you like crazy for it. And now we can compare the value of what she's doing now. She's cutting her costs. She's trying to save her neck. And you say, well, let's not do that. Let's just make more money, make it more fun for all of us. And he looks at me for about 30 seconds. And please take this the right way when I say this. I feel a little uncomfortable saying it, but this is what he said. Why are you so damn good? I said, does that mean you're not going to fire me? I kind of laughed at it. He said, well, how did you do? I said, listen, I'm a walking, talking opportunity machine. It's trained into me. If I see something going bad, I go, okay, where's the good? I can always find it. And it's who I am. It's naturally, if you ever work with me one-on-one, if you ever get on a call with me, you're going to see very quickly, I will spin every single crisis you have into an opportunity and give you hope. Constantly. It will not stop. That's what I did. So we went on to work out a strategy for dealing with a call that would set up another call, the meeting for the meeting kind of thing. Keep it a tight agenda where he's just dealing with one thing. Basically, man, how can I help? Let's figure this out. And we are in great progress right now. So what happened though? What happened? Why did he freak out? But I wouldn't say he freaked out, but he certainly was having some issues.
Heat up your 4th of July at the Home Depot with our wide variety of grills under $300 and make every gathering one to remember. Give your outdoor space a glow up, whatever your budget is, with savings on seasonal plants starting at $5. With the grill fired up and your backyard set to perfection, you'll be able to invite friends and family over to kick off the party. Start celebrating with low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Prices may vary by store. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
We freaked out because the pipeline wasn't thick enough. Yeah, you hear me talk thick enough? Is that the word? He didn't have enough in the pipeline, enough prospects in the pipeline to fill if she left. He would have a hole there, and it was a big hole, by the way. It was part of the problem. He also didn't have a peaceful base. And a peaceful base means he just didn't have enough cash flow to make it so if this happened, it wouldn't tank him. We always build a peaceful base. If you ever work with me in my inner circle, things like that, we check in a peaceful base every single week. I want to make sure, we talked about it last week, I want to make sure that you are steady where you are. And when you're steady, life is good. But I recognize something. I had made it too difficult for him to go find new prospects. Sometimes you make it too difficult to find a job. Why? Because there's a bunch of advice out there. There's tech stacks all over the place. Do this. There's AI. If I manipulate the system like this and that, it works, but not really. Guys, listen closely here. We are now, I know we're in the age of robots, but the truth is we're in the age of humans. Humans right now are just screaming to talk to other humans. They're screaming to connect. So I just took them human, right? And so what I did is I sat down and I did something that afternoon that changed everything. It took me 15 minutes for me. And what I decided to do is I'm going to go do something to prove that it works so I can prove to him that it works. I used to do this when I did network marketing. If I wanted to, and I don't do that because it's ick these days, but I used to do it. I was very good at it. My lead line, if you're in network marketing, here is my line. You're going to love it. You don't need Eric Worre to tell you how to open a conversation. I would just call somebody and say, hey, you into network marketing? Boom, elephant in the room right away. And they go, yeah, or it didn't work or whatever. Either way, they had a story. They had a response. Even if they had a no, I had a response. And it opened the door. And I could consistently sign 1 or 2 people a day with that opening line. Now, how did I get the people to talk to? Well, I would sit down with my iPhone. I would open it up. I would randomly push buttons. No system, nothing. Didn't pay attention to it whatsoever. I just pushed buttons. I would call people. I didn't text message them. No. I like to call people. And if you're a millennial, and certainly if you're a Zoomie, I'm going to call, and I hope I have the chance to leave you a voicemail because that's really going to make you upset. It's fun. It's like life extension therapy. I'm just going to mess with you a little bit and see if I can make you lie, right? So what I did was this. I took 15, 20 minutes in an afternoon. I went through my iPhone. I started calling people. Called them. I had one gentleman. He's a big dude. He works with Tony Robbins. He actually runs some of Tony's events. He's a big dude. A very important guy. Haven't talked to him for about 12 years. He picked up the phone. Hey, man, Scott, how you doing? And we talked for a while and got some opportunity. He's going to send me some tickets, all this kind of stuff. A great conversation. I did that all afternoon. My outbound was no more than 15 minutes of just making calls. If I couldn't get him directly, I sent him a text message, and immediately I heard back from a bunch of people. I was so busy, I spent like 4 hours. I have opportunity that I can't keep up with right now. Boom. Case study, proof, it works. So why does this work? Why does this work, and why should you do this? And I know you may be a little bit scared of just making this personal outreach stuff, but opportunity is proportional to intentional outreach. It absolutely is. If you feel stuck right now, your direct personal contact will outperform any passive message you have by multiples. In fact, the science says 3 to 10% higher by you connecting like that. It's a surface area for luck. That's it. If you want more luck, just pick up your phone and start calling people. Visibility creates awareness. Contact creates opportunity. Now, most people dramatically underestimate how little is required. Most people think I got to hustle. I don't have time to do outreach. I'm too busy with stuff. You are not busy. You're playing with ChatGPT trying to let it figure out for you. Don't fool me, man. I'm on to you because I do the same thing. I know what you're doing. You're not spending time. You want a job? Get real and start hustling about 15 minutes a week. That's about it. Don't work on the resume anymore. Just open doors. 15 minutes of intentional personal touches per week, done consistently, no immediate ask. Just, hey, what's up? What's going on? Checking in. Boom. It triggers referrals. Opportunities that maybe were dormant come back up. Yeah, man, we haven't talked about that for a long time. Old conversations get new again. Unexpected collaborations, all kinds of crazy things. 15, 20, 30 minutes, maybe. It's optimal. That's all you need. Avoidance of doing this. A lot of people are afraid to do this. It's not about skill, by the way. Now, why would he not do it? Why would he work so hard? Why would he stay distracted and do these other things? It's probably easier to go stay distracted, but frankly, it's the fear of rejection, the fear of being needy, the fear of selling, the fear of imposing, not knowing what to say, all those things. I know, I get it. It's an identity issue. You don't need a tactic to get beyond that. And by the way, if you don't know what to say, here's a super, super trick for you. If you're afraid, I need to get it perfect before I make the first phone call. No, just call 5 or 6 people. Just keep calling. I promise you, within 5 or 6 conversations, you'll know exactly what to say. They will tell you what to say. You'll know what works and what doesn't work. Get through the first 5 or 10, and you know everything you need to get a job, to get a new friend, to get a new prospect. I should charge you like $1,000 a minute for this podcast. I mean, this is like stuff. If you were to pull me into a company to teach you how to sell, this is where I'd start. Why does it work so well? Well, you're below the panic threshold. Once a week, 30 minutes, no pressure, below that. You're playing a long game. You're not asking, you're just reconnecting, planting a seed. That's it. You kind of reframed outreach into relationship maintenance, if you will. Your trust is compounding. We are in a trust deficit right now. It's a big deal. The robots are winning. We're losing. You're building trust. You know, friends, jobs, clients, the whole thing. You're going to get more jobs, more friends, the whole deal. A simple rule that I can give you right now is opportunity favors the person who stays in contact. If you do 10 connections a week, that's it. That's worth hundreds of hours of overthinking. How much are you overthinking this? So let me just kind of reel back just a little bit and tell you that, I mean, I've really studied the AI thing, and I maybe you've kind of figured out I've got a real specialty here in communication and between the line communication. I'm an NLP and a conversational hypnosis guy. I study this all the time, so I really know what's going on here. Yes, I have some magical words that I can put in a magical order to get what I want. But I'm telling you right now, you don't need any of that. So here's what you do today. Are you ready for it? I think you already know what it is. If you want a job, if you want new friends, if you want prospects, if you want to better serve your clients, if you want to take a client and turn their lifetime, their LTV into more than you ever imagined without making a new contact, pick up the phone and say, what's happening? Or what's your version of that? Whatever your version of it is. But I tell you right now, don't be looking for anything. If you have time today to spend just 10 minutes, just open up a bunch of conversations, just open them up, hit and run, be gone, and watch what happens. Watch what happens. You're going to get instantaneous reaction, and you're going to instantaneously have opportunity. Now, should you do this on email? No. Here's why. Because email these days is like regular mail. Sometimes you'll send an email and you won't get a response for 10 days. Particularly you guys that are working a job, you check your email on the weekend, stuff like that. You're not going to hear back, right? So don't send an email because you don't get the dopamine hit of getting that response right away. So make a phone call or send a text message to a client, to a prospect, to a potential friend, somebody you want to catch up with, somebody who maybe can give you a job. You just want to check in on, see how they're doing. Just do it today. I'm still take 15 minutes. Did I beat that in enough? Do it. Hey, Scott Smith on Instagram. If you want to connect with me there, or Scott at dailyboostpodcast.com. Find me any questions you have, just send it over there. And I will be back tomorrow. Maybe. I'm not really sure if I'm still live. Well, we've already covered that.